Hey, did you know Grape is hiring? If you're a writer, you have designer or Adobe skills, or create any sort of content, we want you. There's an invite link down below. Come to our Discord and earn some Grape.
Hey you guys, it's me again, the MetaVerse Explorer, back with another episode of Grape Solana Alpha. This time we have two tutorials for you. 01 Protocol, or 01 Exchange that they're now called, as well as Tulip version 2. Did you know Tulip has a version 2 now? It's brand spanking new. We'll have a look. At the end of it, we'll also have a look at the Serum Hackathon that's happening at the moment, any of the highlighted projects that I think we should look at. UXD just increased its minting cap. We'll have a look at that. Are you holding some because they have a retroactive airdrop? Get some UXD. We'll check your Solana credit score on Soda Protocol. Kraken has started listing Solana tokens, and very soon Coinbase is about to start listing this SPL token program as well. That means that we'll be able to have an off-ramp and on-ramp onto Coinbase, which is pretty cool. Tmnq did share a little article with us about a recent Solana bug that affected some of the lending programs in Solana. It's all been patched now. Don't worry, don't freak out. DeFi Land is about to have their NFT sale. Do you have some DeFi Land tickets? Do you have some DeFi Land tokens? I think you will need them. And then at the end of the day, we see Durdan giving us a tool on how often you should claim and compound your rewards, turning your APR to APY based on what the gas price is, and it tells you when's the optimal compounding time. That's about it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Let's get to it.
Hey there! If you're new here, I'm the MetaVerse Explorer, and I provide you with the most up-to-date Solana-specific content and alpha to increase the size of your portfolio. All totally free. All you gotta do is click that little bell and that little icon. I get my sources from 3 different places. The Grape Solana Discord channel, join us, have a chat to me. The Solana Grapevine, a daily newsletter providing the best source of information regarding new protocols, rewards. It's a group of passionate people that carefully curate new announcements, new projects to discover, and actionable intel for you to experience yourself. You can get the link to this down below. And of course, the Solana Foundation and the ecosystem. Let's get to this episode.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we'll start with a tutorial on 01 Exchange. They are a decentralized derivatives exchange on Solana. You can trade perpetuals and you can trade power tokens. They're called squalls or squared ETH or squared Solana or squeeth as well on Solana. It's basically 01.xyz. Very simple website name. Let's go ahead and log in on the top right hand side corner here. You can log in there and then you get your byte level. This is why we think it's gonna make it 01 GMI. They have some special challenges. They have weekly challenges, monthly challenges, and it gives you like a sense of progression. You know, you get a level as well, and there's going to be NFTs, there's going to be tokens. So all of this is going to come very soon. Don't worry. Let's have a look at the portfolio. I just put in some money in here, and I am probably the only one that's borrowing some Solana at the moment. You can see my APY, borrowing APY is 0.28. I'm borrowing 6 Solana, and I deposited just $1,000 because I like to use these protocols. I like to give a hand. It's not much. I don't trade much, but I can lend and borrow at least. So this is the actual portfolio interface. Let's have a look at the perpetuals. Let's say you're going to trade Solana perpetuals. If you think it's going to go up and down, you can trade the Sol perp or you can trade BTC perp. Okay. How are you going to do it? You can long and short a position. You can put on a short if you think Solana is going to go down. You could have shorted up here from $96 to $90. Close your position. So let's say, how much do I want to short? I just want to short 1 Solana, which is now 89 USDC. I'm not using any leverage. It's just 1 times, and you can place the short order right there. Okay. If you want to do the opposite, you go long, and instead of doing a market order, you can do a limit order. They need to increase the size of this. Okay. You can put a limit order as long as when it hits a specific limit, then you put in your order. And then you place it again. And what's the leverage you can go up to? Up to 10x leverage, which is a little bit insane. Oh, you better be careful there, guys. You better be very careful. Let's have a look at the borrow and lending side. So this is where whatever you deposit, it's still earning you some interest. So total deposits in USDC is 10 million. USDT is 13,000. BTC is 0.3, and Solana is 800. So that's looking pretty healthy so far. It wasn't that much previously, but we're slowly going up and up. As you can see, I've deposited 520. I've borrowed 540. So no, actually that's wrong. I've deposited 1,000 here, and I've borrowed 6 Solana. So it needs to be updated actually, because that's supposed to be $1,000 deposit, and my borrow is 540. All right. It's very easy. They have powers coming soon, so keep an eye on. But basically, these guys did say they are going to be releasing a token. And who did they release the tokens to? To the people who use the platform. All right, that's it for now. Let's move on to Tulip version 2. All right, and we're on to Tulip, which is Solana's yield aggregator homestead. They are one of the earliest protocols in Solana. Now, notice up here, they've changed a few things. I'm going to zoom in so you can see. You've got the leverage farming, you've got the lending, now you have auto vaults and strategy vaults. And of course, you have the swapping feature. The swapping feature is a new feature that's powered by Jupiter. It's basically an aggregator. So whatever you're doing in the leverage side of things, you can come in here and trade whatever you need to. So you don't have to go and open Jupiter on another tab, which is really good. You know, Jupiter is coming up to be the best one, and they don't have a token yet. So yeah, that's the swap feature. Let's have a look at the strategy vault. This is what they've just released only a couple of hours ago. So basically what it does is that it deposits a single assets token into Tulip strategy vaults and gains exposure to multiple yield farming strategies with a single deposit. No management required. Now, it's not loading now, but last I saw there was about 3 million in USDC, and the yearly APY was a small about 3%. I think they said they aggregate this across Solend, across Mango, and across Tulip. So until they integrate some of the other, maybe Francium, some of the other protocols, then this APY is going to be a bit lower. We go back to the auto vaults. These are slightly newer. You can see in the top right-hand corner here, instead of V1, which is what we were working with before, we now have V2. So click on V2. And then you can see some of the newer vaults that have been released, especially from Orca, which is CMFI, Basis, Shadow. I love me some Shadow, some Atlas, and Orca USDC. And none of the rates are loading. Why are they? Oh, it's because the wallet's not unlocked. Anyway, and you can also see some raydium ones. And they're usually the raydium and raydium pairs. Okay, and if you want, you can still go back to version 1 and unlock any of these pairs that you have, which is awesome, which is super, super awesome. All right, lending is the same. Leverage positions are the same. Okay, we just have the auto vaults now, version 2, and then we have strategy vaults. And I'm assuming they'll be putting some other strategy vaults in here, maybe Pi, maybe UXDC, maybe any of the other stable coins that we have, USDT, all that sort of stuff. UXP. Yeah, that's it. All right, we'll move on to the Serum Hackathon highlights. Thank you. All right, if you're watching this, as soon as this video is released, there's about 15 more hours to go for the deadline for the Convergence, Serum, and Wormhole Hackathon. This has a lot in prizes, about $500,000 in prizes, but keep in mind it's mostly from VCs. The actual prizes are about 50K each or something. Let's have a look at the project list to see if any of them actually stand out to us. We have an NFT collection, we have a DEX that creates baskets, we have a chat application, we have a decentralized perpetuals just like 01. We have a market-leading cross-chain platform that integrates Solana. Nothing here. NFT marketplace, nothing here. Cross-chain liquidity aggregator, token shopping gateway on Solana, basket swap, not bad. Lick NFT, I did have a recent interview with Lick NFT, and they seem to have their own kind of like portals slash how do I say it? A place for you to come and serialize your NFTs as well as fractionalize them. So if you've got an NFT, serialization is if you've got one, you can make 5 copies of it, and it's a derivative of that copy, and say, hey, I've got 5 of these. I've got my original, but these are 5 that I'm giving it out to the community to say you own a piece of a little this of this. Yeah, that's the sort of way it's going. And then Accrue Finance, they're not a bad project. They look at all the different lending rates across Solana, and they try and give you the accurate data on which place is the best lending. And then later on, you'll be able to deposit your USDC, and using that data, it takes it to the lending protocol. We have a DeFi savings account with 20% APY. That's going to be going back onto the Terra ecosystem, onto Anchor. And And so that should probably be winning the anchor prize. Superbonds team, they're offering a bonding service, which is they take all your USDC, move it all across multi-chain metaverse, and then try and get the best yields and bring it back to the bond holder. And look at that, they've got me as well right there. Let's look at page 2. Nothing here. Citrus Exchange, I think it's changing your items to native tokens. Retail Investors Companion, DEX, IPFS, nothing. Index Fund Protocol, not bad. Furo is another index fund protocol. Yield Station, I'm guessing it's Yield. Cross-chain DeFi project, very original. Just giving my general first look. Svet Index is lowering entry barriers into DeFi projects, another index play. Risk-adjusted yields, and let's look at the third one. Third page, Creamer Finance, we know them already. They've been in Solana so far. Piggyfi, the simple way for Africans to save. Catboard seems like a little bot. Mercurium Instant Messenger, an instant messenger on Solana. Bull Games, MetaBulls, MetaVerse plus Bulls. We all like bulls. Okay, that's not very original at all. Borrow and Lending Redefined, and that's Balex. So we got a few projects coming onto the Solana Wormhole Hackathon. There aren't that many. I know a few of them haven't submitted yet. But let's keep an eye on this. There's still 15 hours to go. Some of them will be slipping in just the last minute. And then when the voting happens, we'll see who wins the project and we'll get them on for an interview. Okay, that's it for now. Let's move on. Now, don't forget UXD. They're going for a decentralized stablecoin derivative, and they are going to have a retroactive airdrop to all the holders or all the users of UXD. What can you actually do so far? You can use your Solana or your BTC to mint UXD stablecoin. And how it works is that it's it simultaneously takes on a short and long position, perpetual, and then collects the middle ground between the two, either the funding rate or whatever is in the middle. I'm not too sure what's in the middle if it's funding rates. So that being said, UXD has now breached its cap of 3.75 million. It goes up by about 25,000 or so here and there, and then it goes up to about 5 million, and then it goes up to 10 million, then 25 million, all the way to 250 million, and then the cap is totally removed. And then, you know, it's free flow, free for all. So if you want, you can go and buy UXD and come and redeem it for Solana or redeem it for BTC if the arbitrage is good enough. You can just use it right now. You can actually go to Saber and you can farm with it, and you can also farm at 26% on Mercurial as well, or maybe 30% on Mercurial. Either way, they're going to be doing a retroactive airdrop. I'm interested. Thank you very much. Next one, let's check on the Solana credit score from Soda Protocol. All right, on the Soda Protocol, in the top hand side, you can search for anyone's wallet to look at their credit score, or you can just go to Explore. You can find all of these people here. People can follow you and you can follow other people, which is pretty awesome. So I think like this is just like the early beginnings of like a little Twitter social kind of aspect to it. Let's have a look at anyone here. This guy has deposited USDC into Saber, and let's have a look at his address. Now, he's got a credit score of 795. We can see he doesn't do much swaps or transfers, but he does lots of farming and lots of activity. You can see he does a lot with Solend, Saber, Solana by itself, Sunny Aggregator, some Mango Markets. So we withdrew $1,000 from Mango Markets. But it's pretty good. You can see his total transaction score is 665, and his wallet equity is about $18,000. So this just gives you a little credit score, and they detail what the credit score actually is derived from. It's pretty interesting because you get to see later on, if you get credit scores, they might say, okay, we can lend you at a lower rate because we know you're more likely to repay it. If your credit score is super high, just like in real world, they'll charge you a lot more because you're way more risky. Let's have a look at anyone else on here. Let's have a look at someone who had a large amount, like a super large amount. Let's have a look. Do you see anyone? Let's zoom in so you can see as well. Maybe 5,000 cash USDC. Let's look at this guy. He seems to have a lot of money. Same credit score, 795. He does some lending, some activity, some farming, no swapping, no transferring. And he's transferred a lot here. He canceled a perpetual order on Mango Markets. Oh, it's the same guy. Did I click on the same guy? I think I did, guys. Let's go to someone else. Orca, 748. He's got $415 in total equity. He does some swapping in raydium, some farming in orca. And as you can see, he does a lot of swaps, but no lending. This guy does not lend at all. This would be good because this gives the ecosystem a good idea of who's doing what, which you can assign rewards to, or retroactive kind of participation, and say, hey, you did a lot here, thank you very much, you can have this, or not. Hey, you use that protocol so much, we don't like that protocol, you're excluded from our ecosystem. That's powerful. So the Solana community and Solana ecosystem are starting to branch out outside of Solana and FTX. We have Kraken that has started onboarding some of the Solana ecosystem tokens: Solana, Serum, Saber, Orca, Atlas, and Step token. This is pretty good because we need more on-ramps onto Solana. All these people that are playing Star Atlas, they don't have to go to FTX, buy Solana, withdraw to the Phantom wallet, and then exchange to Atlas and buy a ship. They can just buy Atlas on exchange and send it to their wallet, and that's it. It's ready to go. That being said, Coinbase, now there are some rumors going around. This hasn't been confirmed yet, and this is only about 2 days old. They're saying that and this is from the NASDAQ, by the way, NASDAQ, 3 Solana-based cryptos set to soar from Coinbase listing. We can see here that 3 of them are Audius, Star Atlas, and Serum. These are 3 really good choices because we know Audius is making strides in the audio industry, especially in Solana since they migrated over here. Star Atlas is making strides in the MetaVerse industry, and Serum is making strides in the closed limit order book, the club system in Solana. It was pretty awesome. I think the 3 of them are a really good start, and then maybe they can start trickling through to some of the smaller ones, maybe Bonfeeder as well. And then maybe Polis as well as Atlas, because Star Atlas is the economic token, whereas Polis is the governance slash kind of authority slash influence token. So we shouldn't really have one without the other, because then everyone just starts buying Atlas, but you can just earn it really easily, and people just don't understand. So let's see if Coinbase does actually list these 3 Solana tokens, and see if they list other ones, because they do want to branch out. Wherever there's money, wherever there's trading, wherever there's NFTs, they want to be there too, because they're going to make money from it, of course. That's how it is. All right, let's see Tmnq showing us an article about the critical bug. So big shout out for Tmnq for posting this in the Grape Solana Alpha Discord channel. Basically, it's how to become a millionaire at 0.00001 BTC at a time. Basically, this is a vulnerability that was discovered by some guy, probably by Nico Thomas. I think he's the one that's authoring it, but it wasn't discovered by him. It was discovered by someone else, to be honest. So basically what happened was that when you put in tokens and you get something back, normally you can put in, like, let's say 2 Sol, and at a rate of 1.5, you come back later, Sol moons, and then later on you can come back and receive 6 Sol. That's no problem. So far so good. What happens when we don't have numbers that have invented by a lazy computer scientist? So in Solana, there's actually 9 decimal places, sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's right, 9. And it either withdraws to it's a solid decimal place. So you go either 1 lamport or 2 lamports. You don't go to 0.5 or 1.5, but you can actually say to withdraw 1.5. And when you say you withdraw 1.5, it just withdraws 2 for you, because it rounds up for you. So basically what it means is that you'll be able to withdraw a lot more, even if they're very, very small lamports. We'll be able to withdraw a lot, especially if transaction fees are super tiny and you can just keep stacking on top of this. So the exploitation, he shows us how the exploitation went here. How you can fix this is an open pull request that addressed that issue, replaced all round operations by floor operations. This prevents the amount of tokens you get out from being greater than the amount of tokens you put in, unless the token appreciates, and that's intended. So affected projects. What projects were actually affected by this? So definite forks were Solend, which is open source. Potentially affected were Tulip, Larix, Port, Acumen, which turned out wrong, Soda, and which also turned out wrong. What was very unlikely to be affected was Jet Protocol and Apricot Protocol, 2 other popular lending platforms. So that's about it. What's the takeaway? People dismissed this when it first started, but even small bugs can be exploited to the maximum potential ability if someone is motivated enough. All they have to do is set up lots of machines and lots of instances to take advantage of this. And then, hey, we have a huge bug that people knew about but didn't do anything about. If you're a dev of a high value contract, we recommend you get yourself added to the known keys list of the Solana Explorer. That way anyone can easily look up how your contract is called, and it's only a Google search away from your website. They give a timeline for all this, which is a super interesting read. So if you haven't read this, please click in the link below or try and just Google this. It's called How to Become a Millionaire at 0.0001 BTC at a time by Nico Thomas, December 3. Thank you very much. Here is a small sneak peek at DeFi land and their new kind of land ownership and how you can customize it. You can see here that you can drag and drop what's in your inventory and place it onto the land. And you can see that's even a farm going over there, and that's your entire land. So basically it's like a little city builder, which gives you good vibes. You know, you get to customize your own land and make it feel like yourself, and you can move things around, which is even better. They've got cars on the bottom, fences and water mills, windmills. So it's pretty good so far. What are they going to actually be doing? You can do their own DeFi land NFT seed sale, which is coming very soon. There will be 7,500 DeFi land seeds. This is a complicated way to release DeFi land seeds. I implore you to read all of the Medium article. The mint price will be 2 Solana. It's going to be 2 dates. February 8th, 2,500 DeFi land seeds will be dropped through the Magic Eden platform. And February 9th, 5,000 DeFi land seed NFTs will be dropped through our website. Basically what this is you'll have to use DeFi land tokens to water these land seeds to grow into the land. From the plant, you will get 1 to 4 Gen 0 utility NFTs, which will be used for in-game activities and exclusive advantages. It's pretty complicated. I would say you should read the entire thing in its entirety for you to understand. Basically, there will be pets as well. That's it, man. I don't have much to say. Look at this nice fishing rod they made as well. So they're making strides. You know, they're quietly building. Even if it is a small bear market, they are quietly building. So don't forget about them. They're still here. They're one of the highly anticipated kind of gamifications on Solana. All right, let's move on to Durdan. This was given out in the chat by Durdan. Shout out to Durdan. Tyler Durdan. So what is this? This is when claim. It's whenclaim.xyz. Basically, it tells you the optimal compounding time or the frequency that you should use when you have a deposit amount, you have your APR that you're expecting, and how much it costs you to compound. So this is the major factor. How much it costs you to compound is the major factor that reduces how much fees you're paying. So let's say, for example, you're on Ethereum. Let's say you have $1,000 and your APR is 20%. If it costs you Ethereum gas fees of $20 at the moment to compound, it's saying that you should compound, come on, it's saying you should compound at a frequency of 1 year, 15 days. And it'll make you earn $180 per year. That's crazy. Without compounding, you make $200 a year. That's that's so stupid. Now we move over to Solana, where you can actually use the same amount, $1,000, and you expect an APR of 20, but your Solana compounding fees, how much does it actually cost you in fees? Maybe about 50 cents. Let's say $1. $1 is way more than it costs for you to collect, as long as you've created the token account already. Kind of withdrawing and adding to a new contract doesn't cost anything. 0.001, it's like 1 lamport or something. So let's say it costs you $1. How much is it going to save? So optimal frequency for compounding is 2 months, 17 days, and it'll make you earn 213. You can earn 200 a year without compounding, and the difference is $11.66. Now let's move that to $10,000. You're expecting an APR of 50, and let's say it costs you $1. Now, optimal frequency for claiming rewards is 8 days, and it will make me earn $6,396 per year. This is from $10,000, which is incredible. So yeah, that's about it. It's whenclaim.xyz from Tyler Durdan on the Grape Solana Alpha Discord. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it's been slightly informative. I'll try and keep it more curated. But unfortunately, not much is happening. It's been a bear market at the moment. Maybe we'll look at some NFTs in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you very soon. Ciao.